happen. Well, I said it would take a while, but we got a deal done. Woohoo! Yippee! Ha-ha! Yay! Aren't you excited, dearie? Is this wonderful news?
I'm fucking ecstatic, man. It's been a rough day, and then right around 3:30, things really started picking up, and I am ecstatic to talk about it tonight.
This is a big deal. We got the one thing everybody wanted. I have no idea what the deal entails. I've been out for 2 hours walking, and I was completely disconnected from society, and it just so happened that the deal went down. Isn't that classic? That's how it goes sometimes. It's shocking, I know, but who cares? The deal's done. Let's hear it again. This is so exciting. What's more epic than this? I feel it. The excitement is here. Dearie, did you expect a deal soon? Were you one of these, hey, I know they'll get it done here? I'm talking soon, which meant this week, because I was not expecting it this week. I really wasn't.
I was thinking best case scenario, maybe next week or the week after, maybe figuring mid-April, late April for a start. But now they're talking April 7th. Dude, that is less than a month away. Free agency is going to be wild here in the next couple of weeks, and we are going to be here to serve all of you with all your fantasy baseball needs.
That's right. It's going to happen again. I was really just not feeling it. And I thought that Chris Ilitch would fuck everybody because that's what Chris Ilitch does. He's a scumbag. And especially after he nixed the CBT about a week ago. And
One
of the
four
four owners. Yep. How not surprised were you about that, dearie?
God damn it. I miss his father.
I think we all do. But hey, if you play it smart, you get a deal done, you know?
Play it smart today, you won't look a cunt tomorrow.
See? Play it smart today, you won't look a cunt tomorrow. Classic lessons from our pals at Succession. Do you watch Succession, dearie?
It was like a 2-episode thing, and then I kind of dropped out. Got too much other stuff going on in terms of what I watch.
Yeah, you know, it's about rich fucking people, and that's why it's so apropos. The owners and the Succession guys, basically, Brian Cox is playing a Rupert Murdoch type, and that's exactly what it is. The owners of Rupert Murdoch, they're all pals. They should have a lot in common. They try to maximize profit and returns while fucking as many people as possible to get what they want at all times, and always stay one step ahead because nobody deserves a little bit more of a piece of the pie. So we're going to look at this deal, even though we have no idea what's going on with it. Have you heard anything right now? Because I've just been so busy. This is happening on the fly. We had a whole show planned out here, guys. We were going to lay out a bunch of cool shit today, talking about players that we want to get on the record with, stay away from, all kinds of fun stuff. But with this deal being here, we want to hear from you. The live chat is open and rocking. Patrick Ryan, my main man here, is in the house. He says, Succession cracks me up. The show is funny. It's also a little tiresome. I don't like binge watching Succession because it reminds me of how awful some of the things are that we have in this country in terms of inequality and infighting and sniping and rich people bitching about all the money they have and they should have. Fuck all that. I'm tired of shows like that, I feel like. But it is well acted.
I need a show where I can root for some people. It doesn't seem like anyone is redeemable on that show.
No, they're not at all. They are definitely not redeemable in the least. So if that's not your thing, then you don't want to be a part of that. But anyways, this is not about Succession. This is about a victory for our side. We're going to have baseball. We got spring training going to kick off. Free agency will happen immediately. The owners are supposed to ratify the deal at 6 p.m. from what I hear, dearie. And that means free agency starts right after the ratification at 6.
Yep, players are reporting down to spring training this weekend.
That's great. And we got Glarf this weekend, which makes Glarf even more exciting. Going to be connecting with people in real life. Dearie will be there in spirit. We will tribute you by sacrificing a lamb live on the middle of the table, surrounded by everybody at the draft. And we will call out your name as we slice into the lamb's bloody meat. Dearie! Just like Richie in La Bamba. Richie! We'll do just that for you, buddy. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'm excited. Although I will not be there, I will be there in spirit. There's been excellent chatter over here over the last couple of weeks. Sounds like it's going to be pretty decent weather down there. Everyone's going to have a really great time to celebrate some baseball because it is back, baby.
It is back. So I'm excited about that. Shout out to Patrick.
Stand up and shine!
Patrick is one of our biggest Pallazzo lovers. He's the only guy who ever actually got a personalized Pallazzo podcast draft recap, which could be something you could have for your league now that you know there's going to be a season. A lot of your drafts are going to kick into high gear as we move into mid to late March. and April. We got the Pallazzo Podcast Invitational, which is going on. Deary, is your draft done for the Pallazzo Podcast League that you are in?
Yes, we finished a few days ago. We finished almost the same day as Raz Slam finished. So, not Raz Slam, but TGFBI.
Well, ours just started. League 4 just started today.
Oh, you're in 4?
Yeah, it just suddenly filled up, and I was on the clock. I got a notification around 2:30. You were on the clock. I was like, what? And
you made the pick yet?
Yeah, I had the first overall pick, dearie. I don't know how I got it.
Great work.
And I took?
Shohei Ohtani.
No, I wish. I guess maybe I should have. Shit, I didn't think about that.
Did you take Tatis? Did you take Turner?
I took Turner.
Who'd you take? I don't know. Did you take Wade Miley?
How did I not take Ohtani? You're right. I guess.
Well, he's your guy, man.
This is too much pressure. I didn't know what to do.
Too much pressure. I don't like having one.
I don't like having one either. I just wanted to get it over with. I didn't think I would get one. I thought about Juan Soto at 1. I really did.
Okay. Yes.
So I just went Turner in the end.
That's fine. You're not going to go wrong with any of those top 4 guys.
Yeah, I mean, it's not like, oh, this sucks. It'd just be a matter of injury risk. You just never know who's going to get injured, what's going to happen. But that is happening. We are underway. Yeah, and Patrick's in League 4 with me. He says, League 4, baby. That's right. League 4, shout.
Stand up and shout!
It's too long. I like this Tears for Fear shout because it's quicker.
Shout.
That's why.
Shout.
Yeah,
shout.
Just shout. It's just so much quicker. It's the only thing I would say in response to our current shout crisis that we're going through. It's challenging. It's not easy. But remember that we love all of you guys out there, and we thank you so much for your Pallazzo efforts. We've got the Pallazzo Podcast Invitational filling as many leagues as those want to play. So if we have 8 leagues, we'll have 8 leagues. I'm serious. It's that serious. We're open to it. Do whatever you want. Play in this league. If we have 6 leagues, that'll be 90 teams. There'll be an overall championship with individual payouts to going to what? Each winner gets $450. I think is first place in each league, Geary. Do you know that?
Yeah, it sounds about right.
Yeah. So if you get to $450, you make money in your individual league, but then you can win the overall Pallazzo Podcast Invitational title, just like Richard Sands did last year. Shout out to Richard. I'm just playing that part. Shout out to you, Richard, who wanted to be in League 4, but it filled up so quickly that he missed his window. He texted me earlier today and said, hey, let me know when it gets.
His TGFBI is done.
It was just finishing up. Yeah. And he said, let me know when it gets to 12. And it was at 10. And it just went from 10 to full in a heartbeat. So he's just got to start the next league. Richard has to be in this. And it's okay. We're all still competing against one another. It's not just one individual league. It means you're not playing against me or Deary or anybody else. So remember that. League 4, League 7, League 3, League 2, we're all equal. Okay? Shout out to all you guys in the Pallazzo Podcast Invitational. So you can get a personalized draft recap. You can get a lot of other stuff because our Patreon and our Discord are live. It's finally done, as promised. We have a link you can go to. We're not trying to rip you off. We're trying to make something here. We really think we got a lot to offer. We're going to have rankings for not just Roto, head-to-head, points leagues. I'm going to do dynasty rankings. We're going to have bonus material, whether it's podcast bonus shit or it's just songs that I'll make too. That'll be additional access that you will have exclusively depending on the tiers. We got 3 tiers, Deary. We got rookie, veteran, seasoned veteran, and Hall of Famer, of course. We're not original here. It's all pretty standard. It's all been done before, right? I think Deary's gone because he's just staring at me with that look. Deary's frozen. At any rate, it's all there, starting with our Pallazzo podcast. 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah, give me 2.
Give me 2. Give me 2. Hook up, brother, up, and get in on what we're doing in the Discord. I want the Discord to be bumping and bopping, and I've already put a goal. If we get 100 patrons, I will do anything that everyone who's in our Patreon agrees to. If you guys could come up with it and you all agree to it, I think examples I gave is I would run down the street in a clown outfit. Will I scream the entire time? We record that or something crazy like that. Whatever you come up with, I want to be of service to you guys. The more we grow, the more silly stuff I'll do. But the 3 tiers each have something to offer. Check it all out on the Patreon. I won't go through every detail. And we're going to fine tune it. If you're not getting something that you feel like you need, let me know. We aim to please. We have low self-esteem here. So we're really always trying to please our fathers, our parents. It was never good enough growing up. And just like you guys, it'll never be good enough. So we want to make sure that we give you more, especially when it comes to the bang for your buck. Right, Deary?
Right. I don't know what just happened. I just left the studio for like 45 seconds there. I don't get it.
You were frozen in time.
Everything it's weird though. I got a super strong signal down here. I don't get it.
So you guys could call into the show if you want to right now. 734-489-3224. The number is scrolling on the bottom here on the YouTube feed, which you should be subscribed to. Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah. Give me 2.
It all starts at the Twitter and the YouTube handles, okay? That's where you can find the link for the Pallazzo Podcast Invitational. The next league is filling, and the Patreon and the Discord. It's all there for you. We're doing it for you guys. We're doing it so we can grow a community here. Everybody else is doing it, so why can't we? That's what the Cranberries said.
Yeah, their first album, 1993.
Right? Those were good times. So if you want to talk about the deal that just got done and you're so excited about it, call the show right now, or you can use the live chat if you're a little more reserved. But the number is on the bottom of the screen. We'll take your call. You think I'm kidding, but I'm not. So, Deary, what are you looking to most right now? What's one thing you're excited about now that we know baseball will finally happen? Is there something you've been waiting for that you've been holding back on?
I mean, free agency is going to be pretty wild. I'm excited about that. I'm excited to start up my home league. I'm going to have to get an email out to the group and get a new draft date here and put a deadline on our keepers because you do keep 12 players in this league. Really starting to be excited about the Tigers. I mean, they were talking about them on local radio today once the baseball deal came down. So I'm just really excited for this
Tigers.
for the next like 40 days here. It's going to be really exciting.
Wow. Okay. Well, that is exciting. I'd like to see that happen as well. We all want something cool to happen, and we would like to see free agency pop and give you guys the players you want on the teams you've been hoping to get with. That could be all kinds of different scenarios. Carlos Correa, Trevor Story are still out there. There are deals to be had. Will Clayton Kershaw stay a Dodger? Is he going to go to Texas? Is he going to retire? Who knows? I don't know. There's all kinds of conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories. Who the hell knows? But now at least we have something to look forward to. We don't have to sift through the daily. I mean, yesterday was like peak. I'm sick of this shit because people. I mean, I even saw Alex Chamberlain. Shout out to him. He said he was going to mute the word CBA because he was just sick of all the bullshit. People kept falling for something to happen, and I know why. I can appreciate that. Even Marpel Yancey. Shout out to Yancey. I texted with them. I think it was last night. Or was it 2 nights ago? Because if people were staying up all throughout the night, I believe it was 48 hours ago. And they were saying, this is it. It's going to happen. I'm staying up. I'm ready. And people were doing Twitter spaces, talking about the deal that was imminent, and it still didn't happen. And
do you have to like be the first to hear it happens? Like it's going to happen at 3. And like it's like when Cecil Fielder was traded to the Yankees, and I remember like staying up to midnight that time, and it was like a little late for me back in the day. And I was like, oh, I got to see if Cecil gets traded.
And all the pain that goes with it. Cecil, that was good times. All the pain that goes with it. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting. And, hey, when are we going to get a deal? And the owners don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about me. We all know the truth on that one. Yeah, it's true. It's not surprising news. It's time for us to forget all that, though, because we always know they don't like us, but at least we get the game of baseball. And I'm looking into this deal here. That's what I'm concerned about most, Deary. I really hope. Why would the players... Why would they cave in now? I'm not saying that's the case because I got to look at this. But if they caved in now, why would they do so after talking so hardcore? 7 days ago, Mike Trout put out a big post and other players saying, this is for the future generations. We're making a sacrifice now.
I want to know how much has actually changed. From what I somewhat gathered just from some people quickly talking about, it doesn't seem like too much has changed. I mean, the threshold's going to go up over the next like 5-7 years, but it doesn't matter because no one's going to hit that threshold anyways. I mean, the good news is DH is a definite. They're expanding playoffs to 12 teams overall. Fine with that, whatever. It's not like it went to half the league, but it's creeping up there pretty close. Starting next year, I believe there's going to be somewhat change to the shift where everybody has to at least be on the infield dirt once the pitch is thrown. So it's not a full getting rid of the shift, but it's kind of like a half measure here.
Well, that stuff takes effect in 2023, right? The shift and
I think so. Yeah.
The pitch clock, all that stuff. That's next year.
Oh yeah, the pitch clock too. I'd really like to know what's going on with arbitration. Yeah,
that's where we're not hearing anything. Jasper says, baseball fellas, let's go. Woohoo. Yeah. Jasper, you know we've been waiting for this for a while, and I know you're excited. I'm jacked. I'm excited. I'm excited to have baseball right now. It's the big moment. Hey, we got baseball. We've got baseball. We've got baseball. We got baseball. We got baseball. Actually, is this guy racist? I don't even know. You play shit like this.
Most likely.
You play shit that's this old, you might. Maybe I'll just turn this off now. I just realized.
Yeah, let it go.
John
You're
Philip
living in a
Sousa.
moment, man. You're living in a moment. You're having a good
John
time.
Philip
right?
Sousa. Was he racist or not? Let me know. Call now, 734-489-3224. I'm sure he was, because he was a white man who lived over 100 years ago. And, what is it? It's like 80-20, most likely. No offense if he wasn't. And the John Philip Sousa estate wants to sue me now. We just want to get excited. I need a better Celebrate song. I mean, what's the song you love to jam out, dear, when you are ready to celebrate? What's the number one celebration song?
I don't know. I was actually thinking about that. Like, I went to go get the groceries when I heard that baseball was back, because Thursday is actually my day off. Like, I came back and I'm like walking around. There's no one to talk to about this. I'm like, Pallazzo Pod doesn't start for like 45 minutes here. Oh, here we go. Yeah. It's a nice little wedding jam.
Yeah, but this is a wedding jam. See, it's too generic, though. Celebrate.
What is it in the chorus, man? Celebrate. I don't know. So I came home and I'm like, what am I going to listen to? Because I'm so excited right now. I couldn't think of anything. So I just went and laid down.
Oh, what? What about this one? You know this one?
Oh,
You should.
am I supposed to?
Yes. Apparently,
Really?
I would think you would. You gotta wait till it kicks in, I think. I don't recognize this at all, though. Oh, this is terrible.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is shitty Madonna. I thought this is like new.
Oh,
This is
no,
Madonna.
man. I need
Yeah, I thought it looked like it was older. I had never heard this song. It's called Celebration. So. Celebrate.
Yeah, just play Holiday.
Yeah, holiday. Yeah, if you mix in holiday and celebrate, that's good too. Yeah, okay.
There you go.
Let's hit the roller rink. Here we go. Everybody out. It's an all skate. I don't know how long we can play this for the kick us off.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're feeling it. We're feeling the funk on a nasty dunk. We're excited here. Woohoo! Yippee! Yeah! All right. So we have a deal. It's been almost 100 days. I don't know if that had anything to do with it or not. 99 days. Technically, there is 26-12 for 30 team union reps and 8 executive subcommittee members who are part of the MLBPA. 26-12. That's not that's a complicated vote, I feel like. And it's not the owners. Again, this is the Players Association with all the player reps and then 8 extra subcommittee members.
Okay.
Increasing pay for younger players, advancing the CBT competitive balance luxury tax, implementing anti-taking measures, and eliminating draft pick compensation. I am currently reading from the MLB TradeRumors.com. Shout out to them for letting me. I'm reading this. I'm giving them full credit. I did not write this article, and they're taking everything from Jeff Passan and Travis Sawchik and all the other people who have given you guys constant hopes and tidbits. Nibbles and tidbits is what I meant. Just nibbles and tidbits just make sounds very sexy. Ooh, sexy nibbles and tidbits. Ooh.
Sounds like a strip club.
Come on down to nibbles and tidbits. Tampa Bay. The strip clubs were out of control in Tampa Bay. Remember that? That was so dumb. You had nothing to do with that. Yeah, you had nothing to do with that. But
I think I went to Bennigan's with Jay. I'm like, I'm not going to waste my money on this shit.
It was a different time. Me and Jamie, that was so weird. Me and Jamie just looking at each other while we're it's just a weird fucking vibe. You're all in there. These women have huge fake boobs and they're grinding on you while your buddy sits next to you and looks at you. You all have boners. And it's like and this Mons Venus was this place in this is in 08. So we went, speaking of spring training, this was during spring training. This was 2008. We went down to Lakeland. And it was like 40 degrees. It was freezing, unfortunately.
Nobody had sweatshirts or pants.
No. Well, I had my Michigan sweatshirt. I remember that. But we were very disappointed with the weather. And that Tigers team also sucked. 08 was trash. 07 wasn't very good. That was right after the 06 World Series run. We were very excited, and things did not go according to plan.
Yeah, we were jacked. That's why we made the trip.
Jasper says April 12th it's a start date? I thought Deary said the 7th.
I heard the 7th could be the 12th. As long as it's
Who
that
cares?
second week of April, I'm in.
It's a month from now, basically.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's really weird experience to go to a strip bar in Tampa because Tampa's, like, known for their strip clubs. So I don't go to a lot of strip clubs in my life. I think I can count the number of times on both hands I've ever gone, maybe like 8 times, because it's a waste of money. It's just stupid. I'm not a prude or anything. It's just weird, too. It's just a waste of – I spent $250 at a strip club in Tempe in 2009 because I was all alone. Never go to a strip club by yourself. You get talked into some big mistakes. And that's what happened to me there, too.
It's just weird to me. It's just weird.
Well, it's just people getting boners, you know? It's cool. All right, back to what we are hearing, courtesy of MLBTradeRumors.com. Shout out. MLB, meanwhile, sought to further expand revenues by widening the postseason fields. Oh, yeah, so what was the bottom line on the postseason? Do we have
12 teams.
It's staying at 12. Okay, that's big. The players only wanted 12 teams, so they get that. The more notable gains for the players. Luxury tax threshold jumps from $210 to $230 in 2022, and it will also rise up to $244 million over the life of the agreement. By the way, this deal is 4 years. So 2026, we'll be back.
We go through it again.
Let the countdown begin. Start the clock. I feel like I'm making that face that the Colonel makes after Eddie shows him his dick in Boogie Nights. Thank you, Eddie. Let the countdown begin.
That is the face, yes.
Oh, thank you, Eddie. It's fucking weird. Colonel was a pederast, so that sucks. Great movie, though. Also, I also finally saw Licorice Pizza, Deary, so I'm going to have a full report on that when I do the Cinema 9 podcast right after this. We're doing our 100th episode, by the way. 100 episode Cinema 9. We did it. We're also having on Podcasting After Dark people. If you know podcasting, that's a pretty solid show about film, which will be fun. Brian K. Rodgman in the house.
Congratulations on 100 episodes.
Thanks, dearie. Brian K. Rodgman, how you doing, brother? Who's going to call the phone line here? We're still waiting for our first phone call. I don't believe I've gotten a call yet.
We'll send you a Pallazzo balloons.
Yeah. Oh, Patty, congrats on 100. Thank you, brother Patrick. We're just talking about the deal here live on the Pallazzo Podcast. 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah.
Follow us on
Give
Twitter.
me 2.
Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Follow Deary at CDeary1999 and me at MJ Govier. G-O-V as in Victor, I-E-R on Twitter. So the deal ends in 2026, and given the manner of the deal in which the competitive balance tax has begun to function as a soft salary cap among the sport's top spending teams, this was a notable advancement. So the 9.5% jump in the first year of the new CBA marked a notable gain for the players' side, even if it fell short of what they were trying to get to. Let's see. Pre-arbitration players will also see a sizable increase in their base levels of pay, as the minimum salary will jump from $570,000 to $700,000. Is that a lot?
No.
I know. That's my reaction.
No. Give him $1 million. Give him a cool $1 million, man.
$150,000 ain't shit to these people. It's not even $150. It's $130. The number will grow by a measure of $80,000 over the entire agreement, pushing the league's minimum to $780,000 by the time the 2026 season rolls around. Wow.
Ooh, cool.
That is, do you guys know how inflation works? Not like our inflation crisis, but year-to-year inflation. What the fuck is going on here? I don't like what I'm hearing, dearie. I don't love it. The players also sought to clamp down on the issue of service time manipulation. An agreement is believed to be in place that would award a full year of service to players who finish well in end-of-season award voting? What?
Okay.
What? End-of-season award voting is going to dictate who gets
service
a full
time?
year? Yeah, that's really bizarre. As with the pool, the finer details have not yet come to light, the arbitration pool, the pre-arb. On the flip side of that equation, teams now also stand to be awarded draft picks if younger players on their opening day roster finish well in Rookie of the Year voting. What the fuck?
That's weird. That's odd.
The Rookie of the Year, if there's any doubt that or questions about Rookie of the Year voting, how that shit goes down, this is going to be a whole new political angle to this now. Right?
It's goofy. Just use a bingo board or something.
Bobby Witt Jr. Hey, he's going to get a full year of service time if he finishes as the Rookie of the Year or the top 5 Rookie of the Year.
So let's not play him enough in the second half once we brought him up and he's killing the ball. Let's not play him. Let's kind of dumb down his numbers so he's not going to be in that conversation.
Or they bring him up right away because it doesn't matter because you don't know if he might suck. So we'll bring him up on the opening day roster.
Good point.
But if he sucks, then we'll send him back down and we won't have anything lost. Is that what I'm to understand here?
Well, I also think there's a deal on how many moves you can make with them, how many times you can send them down and bring them back up. I think it's 5.
Yeah, that is a fact. Yes, I definitely saw that. It's 5 options. And there was 56 players that were optioned at least 5 or 6 times, or 6 times.
Yeah, I think it was in the mid to high 50s. Option.
The most famous case, the most famous case is Edward Olivares of the Royals, who was optioned up and down, up and down, up and down, nonstop. Never got a chance to play. Totally got fucked with. Him and Jacob Stallings were 2 guys I felt bad for. Or was it Jacob Stallings last year or 2 years ago?
It's probably 2 years ago.
Either way. I don't know. I'm feeling right now. I'm reading this to you guys live on the Pallazzo podcast, and I've got some issue. The hope among players is that such measures will bring star players up sooner, as the issue of service manipulation was seen both as a means of tamping down players' earning potential and also a data point in a long string of anti-competitive behaviors by the clubs. Essentially, teams argued that the best players in an organization should be on its major league roster. And along those same lines, the union pushed for a draft lottery as a means of curbing the increasingly popular multi-year rebuilds that we've seen teams tank for. Well,
I don't like draft lotteries.
Why?
I don't. Maybe just because I've seen the Red Wings screwed over the last 3 or 4 years. However, when it comes to baseball, it's not like that first pick is like a surefire dominant superstar in the making. I mean, they've gotten a little better at, scouting some of these guys, and it's become a little more true in the past decade. But, most of it comes down to how much money you're going to have to pay these guys.
Damn! That's a good point. That is a fair point. And this lottery is going to happen. So it's expected that the first 6 selections of the draft will now be determined by a lottery. So, you're right.
It doesn't affect me too much.
It's not like basketball where there's like, oh, yeah, there's that clear number 1 dude.
Of course.
Perhaps the key victory for the league was the expansion to a 12-team playoff field, which will reportedly secure them an additional $85 million in annual TV revenue. The profits associated with the live games will only add to that total. League will succeed in its desire. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so 12-team playoff. MLB secured a provisional agreement to discuss the implementation of an international draft, setting July 25th deadline for the 2 parties. Give me 2. Damn! Wrong button. God damn it. I'm trying to produce
Utah.
Too many things at once.
Give me 2.
For the 2 parties to come to terms on a format that would go into effect by 2024. So this is a couple years off.
Okay.
And if agreement is reached, the qualifying offer systems pertaining to free agency will be eliminated. So no more international free agent signing day.
Mm-hmm. It'll draft.
For guys like Ryan Reckley of the Giants. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Absent an agreement on the international draft, the 2 sides agreed that both the qualifying offer system and the current international free agent system will remain in place. So there you go.
Any messaging on hot dog prices down at Comerica this summer?
Alex Dale wants to know. What's up, Alex Dale? This is a new name. I don't think, Alex, are you new to the show? Because this is a name I have not seen before. Welcome to the show, Alex. Alex Dale in the house. Thanks to our Pallazzo crew. Sign up for that Discord. Sign up for the Patreon. Sign up for it all. Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah.
On our Twitter handle.
Give me 2.
He wants to know how Miguel Cabrera made this graphic over Ronald Acuna, and that's a fair point. I liked the tongue sticking out. That's why.
We got to have a Detroiter on there. We're from Detroit, man.
That's true, too. Right now, I'm sitting in Metro Detroit. Deary is in Ann Arbor right now, just outside of Detroit. We are Michiganders through and through, and we're never going to deny that. We'll never lie about it. But, it's not always the best place to live. But yeah. You know how it goes. It's better than Ohio, right? Right, Patrick Ryan? That's funny. Okay, back to this deal here. We're talking about the deal, going over it, trying to understand it. There'll be some rule changes on the horizon, which we talked about, and the shift is gone. That's going to be huge, but that's in 2023, right?
Well, you can still shift. They just have to be on the dirt. It can't be in the outfield.
Pitch clock, aggressive shifts, and larger. What do you think of the larger bases, dearie? What's up with that? Hello? Oh, did Deary freeze again? Deary, did you die? No, Deary! We lost you. Patrick says, go Tigers, go Bucks. That is a weird combo. You fucking freak me out when you do that, Patrick. But bigger bases, does that mean you got more exciting plays because the base is bigger? So is that more offense? Is that what a bigger base means? Or not, Deary? Are you here with me, Deary? Live on the air? This is what happens when you do live shows sometimes. Weird shit happens, guys. But tell me about bigger bases. Call the show right now. We got the number scrolling on the bottom, 734-489-3224. Tell us what you're excited about for this new CBA deal, or share your thoughts in the live chat and YouTube. We want to hear from you guys right now. Tell me what's going on with you. I don't want to just talk all by myself. But bigger bases mean more offense because you get more steals and you get easier access and opportunity. That's how it goes. Right, Deary?
All right, I'm back, sorry.
Yes. Deary, bigger bases. What's the benefit? Tell me.
What's the fucking point? Baseball was created 140 years ago, and they figured out like the perfect timing of how far those bases should be from you. Does this mean the bases are going to be closer to home plate or close second base, closer to first base? Is it an injury issue? I don't think we see too many injuries because people are stepping on each other. It's like having that safety bag that you have in like Little League or in like softball. Wait, is bigger bases happening? Is this a thing?
Yes, this is part of the shift and the change of the pitch clock, all in 2023. It means more offense, dear. That's what I see it as.
I'm done with
bigger base. Bigger base means you got a better chance of being safe, right?
Yeah, safe on infield grounders. We're talking about steals. This could massively change what's going on in steals. We could go back to the 80s where we see guys stealing 90 bases again.
Remember, 2023, though, not this year, guys, but for dynasty purposes, you guys got to be thinking about these changes big time. If you're doing dynasty startups, you got to have the 2023 rule changes heavily weighing on your mind. Alex Dale wants to know, where do you guys think Freddie is signing? Freddie Freeman is going back to the Braves. I don't have any doubt about that. Deary, do you think he's going elsewhere?
No, I agree. He's a Braves for life. No, Yankees, if they're going to go out and grab a first baseman to kind of combo with Voit, because Voit might get hurt again, it's probably going to be like a Matt Olson, or maybe they bring back Rizzo.
Okay. Interesting. Yeah, I think there's a lot of moves the Yankees can make there, and I don't think they love to go crazy on the spending. I know they got Garrett Cole, but they're not just going to constantly get the biggest, baddest dude on the block. That's not what they do anymore. And Freddie Freeman is a Hall of Famer. Atlanta loves him. They want him back. He wants to play there. They just won a World Series. It all lines up. So I don't see why he doesn't come back now. I really don't.
It just makes sense. He's the face of the franchise. They're still a really, really good team. You have one of the biggest young up-and-coming superstars in Acuna. Like Austin Riley had an amazing season last year. They got some young pitching. Like, they're going to still compete here in the NL East. You can't do this without Freddie Freeman, man. This guy's face of the franchise. Damn
right. Dude, I'm with you all the way on that. And it'd be shocking. It's cool in wild events like that where you get big moves. Suddenly a guy like Carlos Correa, everyone says he's leaving Houston, but I don't think so. He's probably going to stay in Houston as well. There's just too much.
I kind of see that happening too. He's just going to end up having to take far less money than he's ever wanted.
Yeah, the only lock is that Trevor Story will be in a new uniform. And I think it'd be cool if he goes to the Reds. If he does the Reds for a year, that would be a smart play on his part. Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, let's go back to this deal and talk a little bit more about this, and we'll move on, because what else? This is going to take a while to understand everything. MLB also pushed for revenue sharing grievances against the A's, Pirates, Rays, and Marlins to be dropped, and succeeded in having Oakland reinstated as a revenue-sharing recipient. The A's had previously been ousted. The Athletics of Oakland, they were not available. because they were designated prior to the CBA and they couldn't share in revenue. But a late revelation regarding their proposal was the push for MLBPA, the Players Association, to drop its $500 million grievance that claimed the league did not act in good faith during return-to-play negotiations in the COVID-shortened 2020 season. So a lot of old bullshit here is going to go by the wayside. Players look like did they panic here? I feel like a bit of a player panic here, Deary. That's my initial response to this.
I don't care. Baseball's happening.
Who gives a shit? Fuck it. Who cares?
Yep. Fuck it. Who gives a shit about? I'll worry about it again in 4 years when it's a bigger lockout.
It's billionaires versus millionaires. So who cares? Do you? Tell us now. Give us a call on the phone. Phone line is open. Phone number is on the bottom of the screen. Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel if you're new. We're getting a lot of new viewers today. People are excited because we're getting that fever. I got a fever. The only prescription is, more cowbell. All right, so let's try to get back to this original show we had lined up. We'll go over a couple things. I'm excited for a deal. It's great. Baseball's here. Spring training now will give us a great, great benefit because we get to see what's going on with pitchers and we'll get to see players every day. And now spring training could be a waste of time for some of you, but to me, it's not. Shohei Ohtani really showed a lot in spring training last year, and he ended up having an MVP season. So there is plenty that you can take from what you see if you're looking for the right stuff in spring training. Right, dearie?
That is right.
Dynamite drop in. What do you think you're going to get from spring training?
What am I going to get from it? I'm really going to be focusing on what's going on with some of these, free agents what I really want to see is how in shape people have kept in the offseason. This is something I always wonder about when, spring training starts. Like, oh, Miguel Cabrera is in the best physical shape of his life.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I want to see how some of these lineups shake out. What I'm really, really interested in is to see if the pitchers are going to have enough time to ramp up. What I'm really afraid of is we have this kind of really, really short spring training where pitchers aren't going to have enough chances to get out there, get on the bump, throw enough pitches. And then maybe those first couple starts, we're only seeing 3-4 innings from some of our starting pitchers. Hopefully these guys have been doing the work to gear themselves up here in the offseason. They get enough time in for spring training to be ready for opening day. So we see, guys like Casey Mize, guys like Garrett Cole, all these superstar pitchers that we see. Hopefully these guys are going to be able to go 7-8 innings right off the start. It's going to be really frustrating for fantasy owners is if there's going to be some type of pitch count on some of these guys early on in the season because they haven't ramped up enough, and we may only see 3 to 4 innings from some of these guys.
Give us a call and tell us what you're excited about. We got a CBA. Happy CBA day. People are having some jokes, too. Yancey's here. Look at this. Yancey. Hi, Yancey.
He's back.
We love you.
Yancey, miss you.
Yancey, we never see you on here. This is a rarity, a special treat. And Yancey, I was just talking about you, about how upset you were after a couple of nights ago, but you got your deal after all. And Yancey says less than a third of MLB players are millionaires. But yes, who cares right now? Baseball is back. Yep, it's a big laugh factory right now. Alex says, Alex is a big fan of the show now. Alex, you're so involved. We love it, Alex Dale. I'm with Deary. Who cares? Baseball is back. Everybody just wants to hear this. This is the fever I'm getting. This is the mood that's being set. That's right. That's how you guys feel. I feel the same way. I just want to hear this over and over again. It's so exciting. Baseball is back. Baseball is back. Man, it feels good, doesn't it? Woohoo! Deary's in and out. Deary's in and he's out. Deary's in and he's out. And he's back. Tough day in the basement, Deary. Hang in there.
I might have to go back up to the guest room, man. I don't know what's going on. It says I have a strong signal.
Yeah, fuck that shit. I had a problem earlier. I don't know. Life is complicated, but life finds a way. Jasper says, spring training is going to show me how many guys I have to trade off. Yancey says, yeah, that shit sucked, but I'm happy today. Yep, everyone's having a laugh. Good for you. You having a laugh? Yancey, I'm happy for you. Jasper, I'm happy for you. Alex Dale, I'm thrilled for you. Also, this comment from Matthew Z, who snuck in earlier. Matthew, shout out to you, buddy. Good to see you. Is Scott Boras truly in charge of the Players Association now? What would make you think that exactly? Because of how this deal's shaping up? Is this a Is this an agent-laden deal, Deary? Do you get the vibe like, wow, an agent really dictated terms here? That's going to benefit veteran players who, when they get big contracts? Or I don't see it
I'm not smart
being
enough
that
to
way.
make these claims.
How dare you accuse me of having intelligence? No, come on.
I would
Jerry,
say Eastern Michigan, down the road, 6 miles away. You just have to walk and talk to get into that university.
We're here for you. So today's show was supposed to have a lot of fun little segments we'd built up for you guys because we didn't think we'd have a deal. This deal totally sideswiped us, blew our minds, and in the happiest way possible, of course. We're all thrilled to the gills. Couldn't be happier to have a CBA deal today on March 10th, Thursday. It's a wonderful moment. Everyone's thrilled. A lot of laughter, a lot of cheering. Emotional going here. It really is. We went through a lot together. The owners are always going to be scumbags. You know that. We won't forget it. But we love what the players provide us. We love the camaraderie and the connection, the spirit that the game brings to us. Even though baseball has fallen way down the charts in terms of being one of the biggest sports in the country, it's not the same anymore as it was in the 90s, the 80s, right? I mean, Deary, 1993, 92, baseball was king, and it was number one, arguably, but those days are over.
Yeah, a lot has changed. I mean, football is always going to be king, but what's happened really is the big surprise is even after Michael Jordan left the NBA, I mean, him and Bird and Magic, they got the NBA to just like elevated heights we had never seen before, but NBA is really creeping up again. I mean, they've leapfrogged baseball. I mean, they also have a great commissioner, but hockey's still down in the dumps. That's still 4. But yeah, baseball's sitting down at 3 right now. I mean, obviously, it's number 1 in my heart.
Number 1 in my fart heart. I just wanted to rhyme fart heart. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. Really immature on my part, guys. Yancey says, yeah, that shit sucked, but I'm happy today. And he also says, I'm just happy all my lit-ass teams I already drafted get to set the family world ablaze. Jesus, Yancey. Yancey, remember.
Do it.
Do it. Do it. Don't draft. Wait. And that's what I did. People said,
do it.
Keep drafting. Go draft. Make it happen. We got drafts galore. We got drafts in January. We got drafts in February. And I waited. And I am grateful that I waited. We got a deal done today. And my Pallazzo Podcast Invitational League just started today. So I'm thrilled. Now I get to see roster construction happen while I do this slow draft because it's a 50-round draft and hold. And hopefully I'll benefit from that, especially when it comes to closers. Closers in particular is where the benefit will really, really show its true colors. And I'm excited for that, Deary, because closers are complicated.
Take all 4 hours for every pick so you can just wait for free agents to sign.
Actually, I think it's 2 hours. Sorry, not 4 hours, but whatever. It's a slow draft either way. And don't forget, the Pallazzo Podcast Invitational is wide open. All of you in here right now, if you haven't signed up yet, we're taking all comers. As many teams that want to play. The new league, League 5, we've filled 4. We're now filling the 5th. Is open. Go to the Pallazzo Podcast, Twitter handle. Twitter handle.
Yeah, Twitter.
The Twitter handle, 2 L's, 2 Z's, Pallazzo Podcast. God damn it!
Utah.
There it is.
Give me 2.
And head on over there. Sign up, okay? I'll drop the link here in the live chat as well on YouTube, just to make it even easier on you folks, because I know life is hard, and I'm trying to make things easier, because you've had a rough stretch here. 99 days of uncertainty. It's all over now. You can be happy. So Pallazzo Podcast Invitational is what I want you guys to know about. I also have some thoughts about Glarf, Deary. Glarf is this Saturday. You're not going to be there in person, but you are very excited to join Glarf and make your debut this year. For those of you that don't know, what is Glarf, Deary? Why don't you explain Glarf to the people?
Why do you do this to me? Make me explain some stuff. The Great Lakes Area Rotisserie Fantasy League that is a part of Earth. I will be drafting 15th tomorrow, which is my preferred spot if I don't have the top 3. You guys are all convening in Chicago tomorrow. There's going to be some
Saturday.
What's today? Today's Thursday. Oh man. Yeah. Okay. Saturday, you will all be convening. Bunch of legends are going to be down there. Jenny Butler, Mike Carter, Dave McDonald, who is the commissioner of the Glarf League. There's going to be some studs down there. Dave Swan. I can't even name everybody because I just don't remember everybody. But yeah, it's going to be a blast. Mike, what pick do you have in Glarf?
I have the 6th pick. Yeah, what do you got?
I got 15.
Ooh, okay, 15.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, I want to try to get out of there. I want to try something new.
Yeah, I mean, it's fun to have different spots. I've had different spots in almost all my leagues so far. What I really hate, and Jenny Butler agreed with me the other day on some of our DMs that were going on, that 10 is like the worst spot to be. I really dislike 10. I had it in TGFBI, and I'm not happy with the team I drafted whatsoever.
Ooh, I love my TGFBI team. I think I smoked it. I was in the zone for this one, and people didn't want to value the same guys that I liked equally, so I really benefited from their dismissal of certain players. Like Jorge Soler fell to 254.
Wow.
Eventually, I drafted him because that's a 40 home run bat if he's healthy.
Correct. Yeah, throw out 2020. I mean, he was pretty damn good when he went over to Atlanta last year in the second half.
What do I want to push big time here is, guys, we have the Discord live now. So I want to get you guys in the Discord. It's free to be a part of it. And if you want to be a part of some of the specific unique channels on the Discord, which we're going to have first-year player draft analysis, prospect analysis with Phil Goyette. Shout out to Phil, who's happily joined that specific channel, the prospect channel, to help you. So it's free to be a part of the Discord, but to get part of the really unique channels where you can get some major fantasy benefit, that's how the Patreon kicks in. So I'm hoping that it all made sense. I set it all up, and it went live today. And if it doesn't work, fuck me. I'm a moron. What can I tell you? I tried. I tried hard, and I tried so. One thing, I don't know why.
Don't give up on it, man. Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up. I never give up. Keep hanging in there. Fight the good fight like Jim Valvano. Hey, did Michigan beat Indiana today? Oh, he's frozen again. I asked him an important question that he would know the answer to, and he's frozen again. God damn it. Deary's having a terrible day down there in the basement. It's not his fault, though. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. So sign up for the Discord. Sign up for the Pallazzo Podcast Invitational. I put the links in the live chat here. Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah.
The
Give me
Twitter
2.
handle I've also put there. You should be signed up and connected with them already. You should be following the YouTube, following the Twitter. That's enough. I've had enough of saying that. No mas. End of story. Pallazzo Podcast Invitational is going to be fun, though. I cannot wait for it to play out. Want to give a couple shout-outs. Are you here or not, Deary? True or false?
Yeah, I'm here. Let's just keep talking about the same thing over and over for the next 45 minutes.
Deary, I asked you a question as soon as you went blank again. Every time I ask you a question, you freeze. Did Michigan beat Indiana?
Oh, my God. Do you really want me to talk about this? They had a 17-point lead with 13 minutes left and lost.
Ooh, wow, that's awful.
And one of the biggest collapses I have ever seen in Michigan basketball history. There's so many people to blame.
That's
they're
horrendous.
just dominant the whole game. I hopped on the elliptical. I watched the whole first half. They were up by like 10 at halftime. Got in the shower with like right at 13 minutes left when they were up 17. And then I got out of the shower and it was down to like 6. And then I watched the end. And it's one of those things where you just know how it's tracking. You know how the end result is going to be when once Michigan lost the lead. I'm like, it's over. I'm like, there's no reason to watch the rest of this game.
Wow. So are they in or out now?
I guess there's chatter. They're going to be in the play-in.
I think they're going to sneak in the play-in as well. Just like they did. Remember that run? They did go to Sweet 16 when they did that last time?
Or if they just say, fuck it, they hate Juwan Howard, the committee, after what he pulled earlier this year, and they're like, let's just take him out. Michigan's too frustrating to watch. I don't even care if they make it.
Oh, yeah, this has been Bozo Fest 101 for sure. Streaky as hell, and it gets really uncomfortable to watch. I completely agree.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right, so we covered that. A couple shout-outs I want to make. First off to BYB. Thanks to Casey and Michael for signing up. First time ever I got my home league guys to sign up for the Pallazzo Podcast Invitational. Thank you, guys. You did it. Woohoo! They had a lot of questions, and I tried to help as much as I could. But one day, you guys will be the pros. Don't worry. Next shout-out goes to Dave Potts. Dave Potts did a great medley that was as good as any song I've ever done, if not better. Incredible medley by Dave Potts. I want you guys to go find him on Twitter and follow his ass because he's really, really talented. It was great stuff. He did this whole medley. Had some REM is just like I did in it, but it was different version. You think he did Stand, which was really good. And I wish I could play it here on the show, but I don't know how to do that right now, so I can't help you there. But just trust me, you're going to want to check out Dave Potts because I like to support people who do cool shit, especially when it comes to creating funny songs. We all like a funny song, don't we, dearie?
Funny songs are my favorite.
See if you can hear this. Can you hear this?
Stand in the place you
Oh, absolutely.
belong.
This is Dave Potts, everybody.
Think about direction where the ball might travel. Just stand on the left of that super huge base. Now don't think about right field. Don't wonder why you stood there before.
It's a medley.
If you are confused, check with your boss. You lost too much money when you caught all those balls. Your feet going to stay on the ground. It's like a metaphor how your contract is bound.
Excellent.
What's the next song? Oh, it's the Police. Yep.
Rob Manfred, the subject of rich man's fantasy. And they love him so deeply, 'cause he knows just what they need. Inside the profit and loss statements, there's nothing there to see. These owners, they need that last 8% of the CBT. And don't
really
stand, don't stand.
There it is. Follow
so
Dave Potts. I put it in the live chat at Dave Potts 2, World 2 on Twitter. Thank you, Dave. You're the man. Great medley. I love a good medley, dear. I always have. Always will. That's just how I am. I'm a sucker for cornrows and manicured toes. Shout out to Taylor Bob. Taylor Bob, you crack me up. Some great comments in my DMs the last couple of nights about this deal actually happening. He's a funny, funny dude, and he lifted my spirits. Shout out to Charlie in Oregon. Charlie is a part of the Dynasty League that I do with Phil Goyette, the Double Deuce Dynasty, and he lives in Oregon, which is cool. He used to live in Portland. Now he lives on the outskirts of Portland in the country.
Is it really called the Double Deuce?
Yeah, Phil's got a whole Discord called the Double Deuce Dynasty Discord, and he's got all these Dynasty leagues that come from that. All Roadhouse focused, dearie. You'd love that.
Amazing. I love it.
You would love it. And Charlie's a really friendly dude. He was very supportive of some of my recent videos this week, talking about my own challenges, trying to get healthier and take care of myself and struggling with that. And that's always going to be a part of who I am, just like you guys. All of you out there right now. You got something you're trying to do better at, and it's bumming you out because you're a human being. So thank you, Charlie, for that. And then lastly, Jeff Johnson. Jeff, I haven't talked to you in a minute, but I've wanted to let you know that we're really glad you're a new member of this community on the Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah.
And that
Give me 2.
your listenership matters. Thank you, Jeff. Okay, that's it for all the shout-outs there. I want to remind you guys, now that the season's about to start, the FTN Draft Guide, brought to you by Vlad Sedler and Company, is live and rocking. You can go to ftnfantasy.com, get a discount on that. I wrote an article about head-to-head fantasy in that draft guide. Many other talented people who will help you. A lot of your drafts are going to be picking up here soon. I know they are. I know how it works. So you want the FTN Draft Guide on your side. And, of course, 5-star review for Apple Podcasts. We haven't had any reviews in a minute, so if you like the show, want to help us grow, support the Pallazzo Podcast, head on over to Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review and a rating. Not just a rating, a review. If you could do it, it just takes 2 minutes. I knocked out several shows that I love the other day. I did like 5 in a row. So just take a moment and also rate us on Spotify with 5 stars. You don't have to write anything. You just click on the 5-star button on Spotify right below the name of the show.
Do it.
So, this show is all fucked up now. We got some really cool stuff I wanted to use. So I guess, why don't we save that stuff for next week? Because it's already there, and I want to use this. We have a couple of segments. These segments are really cool. I like these.
Agree.
We got.
I want to give a full commitment to the segments, and it's probably an hour of talk.
Yeah, and I got Cinema 9. I wanted to do if we had no deal, we already would have knocked most of the stuff out. So this is a teaser for you. We've got be curious, not judgmental. Players we're curious about.
Then one day I was driving my little boy to school and I saw this quote by Walt Whitman. It was painted on the wall there. It said, "Be curious, not judgmental."
I like that. So we'll talk about players we're curious about next week. or the next show. And now that the season's actually happening, we might have to ramp up and do more than one show a week. We've just been kind of floating along. Who knows?
Do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it. I'm in.
Yeah, Deary's motivated. I like it. There's nothing like when Deary's motivated. I love that shit. And then the next segment's called this one I liked. I really thought it'd be fun to do. It's a little dated, but it's called If You Don't Know Me By... No, it's not that. It's called If You Don't Know, Now You Know. Get on the record with your takes now.
And if you don't know, now you know, you know.
Tell you about players. And if you didn't know, we're going to tell you now how we feel about them. So we'll tell you that next week. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then the last one's about staying away. Players you might want to avoid because there's a better player later on in the draft. So we're not going to just give you people to stay away from. We're going to give you an alternative.
Wow.
You know that song?
I dig that.
Did you know that song was actually called Pay to Play in the early demos of it?
Pay to play. I like that too.
Yeah, I mean, either way it would have worked. I don't know why. I used to have the DGC Rarities CD when I was a teenager. It was remember that one?
Mm-hmm.
And the Pay to Play demo was on that. And that was the first time I was like, oh, this is different. Okay. Jasper says, don't stand so close to me. Of course, we will never will. Also says Asa Lacy, next week's show. Asa Lacy? We could talk about Asa Lacy. Kansas City Royals prospect. That could be fun.
I'm sure you and Phil have talked about him.
We have. Recently we did the AL Central top 3, the next big 3 prospects for each team in the AL Central. And we had a really cool dude I didn't know, Benjamin Chase, who I strongly recommend you follow. His follow is Gentle Ben, Little Gentle Ben, I think it is. He's huge, and he's got this massive beard, and he's a sweetheart. Little Gentle Ben, Benjamin Chase on Twitter. He's a master of all things prospect. He does video scouting as an amateur. He knows a lot about it, especially the Twins organization. He knows a ton about that. So I would strongly recommend you check out all of our prospect work here on the YouTube channel and in podcast platforms if you prefer. So I guess that's going to do it for now. We have a deal. We're excited. There's a lot of passion right now. And it reminds us right now, how is Russell Crowe feeling about this, Deary? What do you think he thinks of this deal? Is he excited?
He's excited. He's getting his men all together and his battleships ready to stand by to start doing some bombing here.
That's right. And don't forget, as a tribute to Glarf this weekend, live, we're going to be seeing some of the best people in the business in person. I can't wait. Doug Ish, Sarah Sanchez, of course, Dave McDonald, Mr. Dr. Mike Carter, Marty Tallman. I'm going to be meeting so many of you guys. It's going to be lit. We're going to have a lot of stuff available online. I'm going to try to stream some of that stuff when I'm at the draft, which is going to be in this room that has been set up by Sarah Sanchez. It's all set up by her. So I'm hoping to have that available to you guys so you can see how it works. Remember, Glarf is part of Earth. Earth is the overall regional championship that is subdivisions like Great Lakes Area, Glarf, Great Lakes Area Roto Fantasy, Glarf, Earth, Barf, Surf. There's a new one in St. Louis, Slurf, that started up. There's Texas now. Russell Withers, shout out to you, my man. You're the one who set up Slurf, or not Slurf. You set up the Texas one, whatever the fuck it's called. If you track them all, it exists.
Explaining this to my wife was just hilarious. She's like, what the hell are you talking about?
Well, I mean, this is a lot of people are packed into these. There's a lot of legitimate players. So Glarf drafts Saturday, a lot of other drafts. Hey, shout out to my pal Sam. Sam, I love you, man. Sam Wershing. I just did a podcast with him finally the other day, and it was a lot of fun. And he's going to be a part of the Southern California Scarf, I think it's called, which is drafting. He's flying down from Seattle to be a part of theirs because in Seattle you can't use NFBC in Washington.
So stupid.
He's paying for a ticket, and he's going all the way down there as a workaround so he could be a part of it.
Why not, man?
Which is amazing. And he's a great dude. So this is exciting. This is going to be big. Glarf and all these other ARFs are going off. Jasper says, awesome. Good show, guys. So that's going to be Saturday, and we'll have it all for you. We'll tell you how. Remember, it's Roto, 5x5. It's on NFBC now. There's no trades. Last year there was trades, and it was OBP and quality starts. That's all gone now. So it's basically just like, it's kind of disappointing in a way, Deary, because it's kind of like you're running the mill Roto League now.
Yeah, I like to mix it up a little bit, and I love OBP leagues, so it certainly changes a lot of things. And I mean, sure, 5x5 is great, but it's like when you start playing like 5 out of your 7 leagues right now are standard 5x5s. I like mixing it up a little bit.
I agree. Yeah, we've always wanted to try different things and have variety. That's why we started our own leagues and try to do different things, because other people were so boring and just kind of stuck in their routine. And having it on Fantrax last year was cool, and I will miss that. That's one of the reasons I signed up for Glarf, because it had OBP and it was trading and it was different than your other industry-type analyst leagues. Now it's not as unique, unfortunately, and that does take some of the flavor out for me now. It's not as cool as it used to be, but the people are cool, and we're going to have a great time. Me and Leanne will drive out to Chicago on Saturday. I just got clearance on my car. It's good to go, so we're going to have a great time, and we'll have it for you. Follow me on Twitter, MJ Govier. I'll be going live. I'll share videos, letting you guys know what picks are happening so you can get some insight into what the pros are doing, which I think is hilarious to ever call ourselves pros, Deary. And, of course, follow C. Deary 1999. He'll be drafting. Well, you'll be working, too. So how are you going to pull that off, Deary?
What time's the draft start?
I think it's 3 o'clock our time.
No problem.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I have to be in early. I'll be out of work by like 12:30.
Okay. Well, then it's all going to work out. So you'll be online.
We'll be good.
And
I'll be online, man. Maybe we get a phone call in. Maybe get a Zoom stream in. Maybe on your way down there, shooting down 94, you can stop by and pick up a picture of me, and you can put it in the room.
Oh, we could do this. We could just turn on this and just be streaming while we're drafting like this. We're not
Absolutely.
in the same room now.
Yeah.
We're never in the same room. So
for sure,
we're going to do something like that. Yeah. So follow C. Deary 1999 on Twitter, MJ Govier, Pallazzo Podcast, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah.
Discord.
Give me 2.
Patreon. Pallazzo Podcast Invitational. We got so much shit going down, and now that we have a baseball season, you're going to want to be a part of all of it. So start at the Pallazzo Podcast Twitter handle, 2 L's, 2 Z's.
Utah.
Get your ass
Give me
here.
2.
Get fired up. Get stoked. We're doing this, motherfucker, and it's going to be a fucking dream for the next couple of years. Party on. Live it up.
Right, lads. Now, I know there's not a faint heart among you. And I know you're as anxious as I am to get into close action. But we must bring him right up beside us before we spring this trap. That will test our nerve. And discipline will count just as much as courage. The Acheron is a tough nut to crack. More than twice our guns, more than twice our numbers. And they will sell their lives dearly. They mean to take us as a prize. And we are worth more to them undamaged. Their greed will be their downfall. England is under threat of invasion. And though we be on the far side of the world, this ship is our home. This ship is England. So it's every hand to his rope or gun, quick's the word and sharp's the action. After all, surprise is on our side.